And there's two pieces to a barbell. We have the collar and we have the shaft. There's end caps here that has a snap ring on it. So what we're gonna do is take our snap ring pliers and put the two little pins in the hole, and then we're gonna squeeze. And you notice that shrinks that snap ring and allows you to pull it out. With the first snap ring out, we kind of want to jiggle this end cap to try and get this coin out. Sometimes you can just shake the bar and it falls right out. Okay, so that's the coin, end cap. And then inside we have another set of washers and snap rings. So we're gonna get in here, take this second snap ring out. That's what holds all the components of the barbells together. So now we're just gonna tap the end cap. So we should have a set of thick washers, split washers, and thin washers. Now that we have all of these snap rings and pieces out, what we're gonna do is just slide the shaft right off. Now we wanna make sure that we wipe off all of the gunk off of all of these things. We also wanna make sure that we wipe the inside of the collars. Okay, this is a bushing barbell, kind of a basic type of bar. There's another kind that has needle bearings. So be careful with that row of needle bearings if you have an Olympic lifting bar or a more expensive barbell. Basically, we're just trying to clean off that little bushing right there. Make sure there's no gunk, nothing kind of holding the bar back. As you can see, there's a bunch of crap in there. So we just want to make it shiny so it spins nice. So once we have all of these components cleaned off, we're gonna take another rag. There's old grease on this barbell. So we're just gonna first kind of get all the old grease off. Then we're gonna work on cleaning this part of the shaft and collar. So we can take a little dribble, a little bead of 3-in-1 oil. And then we wanna make sure if you're using a wire brush that we're not scratching the portion of the barbell that has the collar on it. But we're just gonna spin the bar, rub back and forth, right to the edge of that knurling. And then wipe it off. Now we're gonna re-grease the shaft and the collar and then reassemble the barbell so that we can use it. So we're gonna take a little bit of grease, and if you see there's two tracks where the bushing makes contact with the shaft. So that's where we want that grease to lie. So you're not gonna use a ton, just like a little pea's worth. And we're just gonna rub a gentle amount of grease all the way around for just that top inch or so. And down here as well. Okay, now that we have a gentle coat on that part, I like to throw a little bit of grease in here on the bushing, just so we're not having a lot of friction in there. And then all we're gonna do is slide it back on. You're gonna have to slide it a little bit further so we can get all those snap rings on there. Thick ring first, then our split rings, then our skinny ring, and our fat ring. So once we have it all in there, then we grab our snap ring and our pliers. You're gonna get that snap ring on the pliers. Now there's a groove back in here that you need to make sure that we get that snap ring sunk into. Okay, so sometimes you can use the pliers to kind of make sure it's really sunk in that groove in there, but that's where it should sit. And you should be able to turn these components on the inside. Okay. Then we get our little cover back on. Make sure you put it in straight. These can be kind of a pain. Do not, if it's not just sitting in there straight, don't mess with it too hard because it can get jammed. So you really just want to be gentle about putting this in straight because I've put them in crooked and you can't really get them back up once the metal bends in there. Cool, so the coin is in there, and then there's another little groove that we take our friend, the snap ring, pinch nice and hard. Again, tuck the top half into that groove, and then release the snap, and it should be all nice and in that little groove. And then we retest, hold the collar, and it spins nicely. Okay, so that's how to disassemble, clean, and re-grease your barbell. This will keep the barbell lasting a long time. These are over 10 years old, and we still use them every day in our group class. So hope this video was helpful. If you found it useful, go ahead and hit the like button. Check out any of the other videos that I've made to watch some more stuff from me, and I'll see you in the next one.